I tried acupuncture again today. I've tried it in the past. Nothing good happened. A couple of bad things happened. But I found this new lady and she had fantastic reviews and has helped all these people. So I go in and we start out by taking some nudes. As you do, she has me stripped down to my thong, takes a couple of photos. I'm not an expert in acupuncture, so I don't really question it. I mean, I did wonder, like, are these for blackmail purposes? She starts out with the big needles. She gives me a warning right off the bat. She's like, these are gonna be painful and unpleasant. Spoiler, they weren't that painful or that unpleasant. The anxiety spike that she gave me saying they were gonna be painful and unpleasant was unpleasant. And then she goes in with like the millions of little ones. She starts like poking around on my belly. I am extremely ticklish. The combination of having all of these teeny tiny needles in me so I can't really move, and then she's like frantically tickling my stomach. I was just like hyperventilating while she's pushing all these pressure points and trying to like gauge my reaction. And then while I have the millions of little needles in, she covers me with a blanket, which sounds nice. The thing is, when you have millions of little needles on your body and then somebody drags a blanket across you and all of the little needles are like pulling and pinging and twanging, and my arms had little needles like front and back. So I don't know how to, she's like, relax, turns off the lights. And I'm like, what do I do with my arms? They have needles front and back. I can't like lay them. So I'm just there with my arms like straight out, telling myself to relax. And they say you can't feel those little needles, but I can always feel them. I'm also worried about not feeling them and then moving and like pushing one all the way in. So I'm just like a rigid brick of anxiety in this room. Also had to pee very bad, which was part of the reason I didn't love her pushing on my belly so much. So 45 minutes, I'm in this little room, rigid as a board, desperately like squeezing my bladder shut. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be in there. So I'm just like breathing, counting down the seconds, hoping that she comes back in again. And eventually she comes in and she takes out a couple of the needles and I'm like, oh, it's over. I can get out of here. And she's coming at me with a lot of questions, asking about like, has my head pressure disappeared? What about my dizziness? Nothing's really changed, but I'm a people pleaser. So I'm kind of like, you know what? I think it is a little bit better. But that's not a satisfactory answer for her. So she puts in more little needles and leaves me for a longer time in the room. And by the time she finally comes back in, I am willing to tell her anything she wants to hear if I can just get out of this room. I'm just there like, yes, it's a miracle. I am healed. But then she wants to take more nudes at the end to like see how things have changed. She's scrolling back and forth to show me the changes in my body. In the process of scrolling, she's scrolling past a whole slew of other women's nudes. I saw all of these other women's nudes and now I know they're probably going to see my nudes too, which is a little disconcerting. Is this normal? And I'm kind of curious what kind of photo shoot we're going to do for the next installment of treatment.